Welcome back to Double Vision every Saturday morning from 6 to 7 a.m. And we are at a special location today. Darlene, share with our viewers where we're at.
We absolutely are. We are at Christopher Morley Tennis here in Roslyn, New York, and Long Island, and we are at a fantastic event. It's Meet John Isner, and it is a meet and greet that they arranged along with the New York Open coming in February. And the kids are here to meet him. He's walking on the courts in conjunction with the USTA and their Net Generation program that they just launched. So we are here today, and it's a great event.
And isn't he one of the top ranked players in the world at this point, isn't he?
He is, I believe he's 17 right now.
17,
number 17
can't
in
beat
the world.
that.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
And so we are going to meet him. We're going to meet some people from Christopher Morley Tennis. We're going to meet Seema, and she's going to talk about their programs. We're going to meet some pros. They're going to talk about their amazing Christopher Morley Tennis Training Center. They have prodigies coming out. We have 4 fabulous young youth that are taking over the tennis world, and I think we might have one right next to us.
I think so.
That is going to join us, and we're going to do an interview with
Matt.
That
Zeifman.
is right.
And
Matt
Zeifman. And he's 11 years old, and I understand that he practices every single day.
He does.
He's in 6th grade. He's from Old Westbury, so we're excited about having him, our first guest today. But why is tennis so important to you, Darlene?
Well, tennis is important to me. First of all, I was raised and I grew up playing tennis. I still play tennis. My son plays tennis. It is a sport, a fabulous individual sport, team sport, and it really needs to get back into the community. And I love what Christopher Morley is doing with bringing tennis back into our community, with youth, with the children, with programs. It's amazing. And USTA, of course, I admire them. I always follow what they do in their programs. It's United States Tennis Association, and they are just constantly keeping up on the times with revamping and changing tennis.
Right. And I think that with the U.S. Open and with the Australian Open and Wimbledon and the French Open, it's amazing how tennis players, the regimen they go through to prepare for each of their tennis matches. But it doesn't just start there, obviously. It starts at a young age. And I think there's so many young people here that get into tennis at early ages, like 3, 4, or 5.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. How old were you when you first started playing tennis?
When I first started playing tennis, I was, I must have been about 5 years old. And we just had John Isner walking to the room.
Yes,
that's
exciting.
He's very tall. So I must have been about 5 years old when I started, and I think that's what they're doing now. Kids are starting very young. Kids are being homeschooled. It is all part of their regimen, and it's phenomenal.
Right.
Phenomenal.
But the practice is important because, like any sport, practice makes perfect.
Right.
How often do you participate in matches, or do you see young people practice and participate on a regular basis?
Well, they have to practice. They have to. I mean, now it's a whole new world, but you have to practice without burning out. But there's tournaments. They now start at an age where they have to win certain tournaments at certain levels. The balls are now hollowed out, and there's a lot of changes that they did with the younger children so that the balls are lighter to get the rallies. It really promotes the rallies. They've made the courts a little bit smaller, so that also enhances the play to get children more rallies are longer so that they can really work with their strokes and do a lot of things. So it's not just one and done. So it's really changing the game.
Right. So do you notice the younger
There's a
people?
lot going on here right now,
Do you-
so excuse us.
Do you notice that the young people are doing it for competitive reasons or more recreational reasons?
It's both. I mean, there's competition in everything. Recreational is as they get older, without a doubt, but the competition on the level that these children are definitely something that has changed, and it's coming back, because I think we lost a lot of children to other sports. And, well, it's all right. We have a little visitor. We have we lost a lot of children to other sports, but it's okay. And we're getting them back. It's live. What are you going to do?
And practicing or matches can be indoors and outdoors. That's what the beauty thing is. The beautiful thing about tennis
Absolutely.
is. So you can do that indoors and outdoors.
Absolutely.
How often do you play or compete?
I still compete. I still compete on a national level, but it's one thing to be said that it's a sport that you can play until you get old, like myself. So it's a sport that it's a lifelong sport. But I have to say, a lot of business is also done on a tennis court. You have business done on a golf course.
Mm-hmm.
You have business done on a tennis court. So this is just, tennis is fantastic.
Right.
It's a fantastic sport, and I encourage people to get out there to get your children lessons. Come out to Christopher Morley Tennis, where they can put you in a group, try it. There's plenty of programs going on for the youth, for adults. Get involved. There's margarita mixers. There's a lot going on. So you can go to Christopher Morley's website. You can go to the USTA. Anywhere will get you involved with tennis. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
And there's also like a 10 and under youth progression format that kids have to kind of follow, but also try to strive for, correct?
That is correct. So they have, like you say there's orange balls level 2, there's orange level 1, there is green level 1, and it again, we spoke about that briefly. It's about making the points longer, letting the kids structure points, rallying, and these are regular balls, these are heavier balls, so that has changed in the tennis community, which I didn't grow up like that. So it's really, you have to win these tournaments to progress, but that's only until you get to be 10 years old.
Okay.
Then after 10, you kind of go on to the real stuff.
All right. And what do you prefer, singles or doubles?
Well, I prefer singles, but my knees prefer doubles.
Okay, all right. Well, there's an answer there. When I play, I like to play single because you kind of, the whole court's in front of you, and you get to kind of dictate winning or losing on your own.
Yeah, you don't grow up learning doubles. You grow up in a singles. You grow up in a singles community, and then doubles is always something extra for the children, and it's always something that it enhances your game.
Right.
So it's as long as you don't burn out. But I encourage both.
Well, we're going to have some special guests on Double Vision. We're going to take a quick break. Come on back for more Double Vision. We're back here at Double Vision. We have young superstar Matt Zeifman here at 11 years old. And you practice and compete each day, don't you?
Every single day. I've been playing since I was 3 years old, 3 years old. When I was 2, I would hit a beach ball off the wall at my house. And then at 3, I started playing on a court. And it's just, I love the game. I'm homeschooled. I would be in 6th grade, and I'm from Old Westbury. And my dad is the owner here at Christopher Morley, and I'm here every single day from 7 a.m. till 8 or 9 p.m. every single day.
Wow, so at
And I'm training hard.
3 years old, what were you doing at 3?
I was just on court learning my strokes, and I was hitting better than most 3-year-olds can. I was just learning the basics, and now I'm here where I am.
That's amazing. And talk about each practice that you go to. How long do you practice each day? And why do you love tennis so much?
What is it? Well, let's do this. What does a day entail in Matt Zeifman's world?
I come here at like 7:30 a.m., maybe 8, and I play for 2 to 3 hours in the morning. I do it like an hour of fitness. Then I have my tutor, like she comes and homeschools me for 2 to 3 hours. Then I do a 2-hour afternoon practice, possibly another hour of fitness. Then I take a break, and then I do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I do Christopher Morley's groups, our high performance, where we have Cannon Kingsley, Spencer Brackman, some of the best players in the country, older ages. Yes, Rachel Arbitman. She's top 20 in the country, 14s. She's really good. We have a bunch of great kids here. And then, of course, some more our age, some top 10, 20 in the East, some like top 30 in the country, some really good kids, and I get to play with them. I was just at the Junior Orange Bowl, and I qualified. I lost in the first round, played a tough match, 3 sets, but great experience. I'm 1 year younger than most of the kids, so next year I'm hoping to go back and win it.
Well, that is super impressive to be were you the youngest competitor there?
No, but probably one of the 10 youngest out of a 128 draw.
That is really impressive. So, what is your favorite part of competing?
I just love giving it all and just trying to win, and it's such a good feeling when you win. And I like
And working
singles.
working hard
Yes,
at
working
winning.
hard, and you know that it pays off.
That's
when
right.
You start winning, and I like singles because it's like everything's on yourself. It's like you don't have a partner to blame for, or they don't blame you. It's just all you, and whatever you do, it's all you, and you make your own.
Talking about.
Yeah.
That's it. That is great. You can interview me now. So talk about where do you want to go professional? Do you want to be a professional? What's your goals for tennis?
I'm trying to be a professional since I've been really young. I want to be the best player ever. I said this when I was 7 on NBC. I want to be the best player ever, and I'm trying to. Every single day, and like I started once in a while. I take maybe one day off, but until last year, from 3 until last year, I had never missed a day. When I was sick, like 6 years in a row, or not even like 7 years in a row, I would never miss a day, and it's good to when it pays off. So
Who's your favorite tennis player?
I
I love Roger Federer.
Oh, I like the Fed. Yeah.
I just love the class that he has, and I think he's a great player. And
Well, he is. You've got that right.
Yeah.
So let's get back to when you practice here at Christopher Morley, and you're in your group with Spencer and Cannon and Rachel. Who wins?
most of the time them, but I beat Rachel
they're
one
older,
time in a
correct?
set. Yes, much
Okay.
older. But I beat Rachel in a set once.
Well, she's tough.
Yeah, she's tough, but I
and
beat
there's
her
something to
once.
be said about that.
Cannon and Spencer, I can't beat them. They're just way older, and they're obviously like one of them's number 1 in the country, 16s. Spencer's like top 5, 14s. It's
So
really
what
tough.
Is it true
Cannon's
that they,
top 5, 16s. It's really tough. But Rachel, I beat her in a set once, but she's tough too.
they're all tough, and they're very you're all very impressive.
Cannon won a gold ball recently at indoors.
Are you reading my notes?
No, I actually know this.
I
'cause
have
he's
no
here.
doubt that you know this. So, so tell me this: when I just lost my train of thought. However, when you are playing, you know what? I'm going to go to a trivia question. Okay, let me pull up my trivia.
Okay, I'm not gonna look.
Don't look, because what do I have about you? Okay, I really, and I know this. So tennis trivia. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Do you know the old school players?
Yes.
Okay. Which no, hold on. You're going to know this one. And I know this one. Which tennis player famously yelled, "You cannot be serious"?
John
at the-
McEnroe.
Have you ever watched that footage?
No, but I know it. But
That's a great one. All right, you're good.
He has a brother too that played tennis.
yeah.
You did. So let's go to this one. Here's another one. And you might know this. Who won the longest match that was about 5 years ago in tennis history at Wimbledon?
John Isner, he's right over there. John Isner, he's at our club today for an event, and he's 70-68 in the 5th set over Nicholas Mahut. Great match.
And do you know how long it was in duration?
I do not know.
It
but
was
that's
11 hours, 5 minutes, and it was a total of 3 days. But you are one smart cookie, and that's right. So we are here at Christopher Morley Tennis. We are here at the meet and greet with John Isner. And did you meet him yet?
Yeah, I spoke to him for a couple minutes earlier. I'm going to see him again later.
What did you tell him?
No, I just told him he's ginormous. And I told him like how I'm homeschooled and everything, and
And I
said
bet
it's
he
great.
admired that,
he
right?
said it's great, and he's great. He's top 10 in the world.
He is.
What's
He
your
is.
favorite tournament? The U.S. Open, the Australian Open.
U.S. Open for sure. I go pretty much every year.
You go every year. So talk
my
about
home.
how you like going there. What do you experience when you're there?
It's just seeing all the professionals, how professional they are, and watching them play. It's just so amazing.
I think so, too. I think there's nothing like New York. I love, what do you think of the new stadiums?
Amazing. They got the new grandstand. Court 17's only a couple years old.
Do you like to go to the practice round?
Yes.
Do you like to go to Arthur Ashe Day?
amazing.
Oh,
fun.
you know, I think you're going to be. I think you have a wonderful, promising tennis career. I also think you have a promising tennis corresponding career.
Yes. Maybe I'll go into broadcasting after.
I
but
think so.
Like
I
I
think
said,
you should.
everything is just so great about tennis. And I was just
doing
at the Junior Orange Bowl. I qualified.
Tell us about that.
I lost, but I played a 3-set match. It took over 3 hours, the match. And I lost, but it was great experience. I won 3 matches in the qualifying. It was great.
Where did that take place?
Miami, Florida, in
That's
Coral
hot.
Gables at Salvador Park in Coral Gables. It's
Beautiful.
nice, and obviously our club is also trying to promote youth tennis on Long Island. We got the new junior team tennis team. We got the new 10 and under youth tennis progression. You got to. My sister played in it. You got to start with orange level 1,
Right.
then to 2,
Right.
and then to green. And it's a point system. If you just for playing, you get some. Then if you win, and then
Right,
make
so
the
you have to win
finals, and then if
tournaments,
you win.
correct? You have to
And-
win a certain amount of
Yes.
tournaments at each level.
Wait, here's the page.
This is the page. You can tell us.
so-
We went over that a little bit.
For the orange level 1, if you win to play the tournament, you get 3 stars. For a team tennis season, 4 stars. The champion gets 3 trophies, and the finalist gets 2 trophies.
That's right.
And
And then when you accumulate how many trophies, then you graduate, correct?
yes, and you
Okay.
just got to and you just keep progressing, and then you play green, and then once you turn 11, then you can start getting to the real balls. That's what I
right.
play with.
And you play. So did you?
And you could get the real rackets. These things, 27-inch.
So tell me this: did you graduate the 10 and under and start playing with regular balls before you were 10?
I did not end up doing that. My dad had me playing 12s. I played my first 12s tournament when I was 6 years old.
Okay.
Actually.
That's fantastic.
So, but like they just established this rule like last year, and because
Yes.
I had points, I didn't have to go through this.
That's right.
But it's
fairly
good.
new.
It's nice, and I'm happy, and I'm just trying to get to where I want to go.
See, that's.
When you compete, what's your
I was going to say, I
Yeah,
want to welcome
maybe.
everybody to Double Vision with my co-hosts Steve and Matt.
Thank you, Matt Zeifman, Zeifman. Look out for me.
Look at everybody. So we're going to get you, also, we're going to get Matt to sign a tennis ball, right? Whenever you're ready. We have a
I'm
Sharpie.
ready.
And we're going to take this because we're going to hold the mic because you should sign that ball for Double Vision. And we're going to auction that off in about 7 years, maybe. 7 years on eBay. Can you get that? So,
And you're going to be world famous in a couple of years, right, buddy?
Yep.
All right,
That's my
nice,
goal.
nice signature. And how do you do in school?
go. This is Matt's.
I'm homeschooled, but I'm doing really well. Last year, I took the PASS test. It's like an alternative for the state test for homeschooled kids. I was in the 99th percentile overall in America. I'm on an 8th grade level in math, reading, and ELA,
That's
so my school is
fantastic.
not falling behind.
That's great.
Like I'm hoping to go straight pro, but if I need a backup plan, college is waiting for me.
And you know
Ivy
what?
League.
College is the
Ivy
backup
League.
The Ivy League is ready for
And
me.
your education, so you're going to tell everyone out there that your education is just as important as your practices and your
It
tennis
is.
and your
And-
sports, right?
and
It's a whole package.
Even if I don't end up doing it now, I will get my degree after my pro career. And if tennis does fail, which I don't plan on that happening, I'm well ready to go to college with my grades. So
I think that's a great
thank you
plan.
everybody for watching Double Vision. We'll be right back.
Listen.
We're back here in Double Vision. Next to us, we have Cannon Kinsley, who's 16 years old. You've been playing tennis since you're 3 or 4 years old. Talk about what tennis means to you.
Means a lot. Means a lot to me. So,
And you've been playing since you're 3 or 4.
Exactly.
How often were you practicing back then?
decent amount, not as much as I am now, obviously, but always been playing a lot, and I love it. So.
And back then, tennis for you did your parents have to drag you on the court, or is it something that you wanted to do?
It's definitely something I wanted to do. My dad never pushed me too much, but always pushed me in the right direction. So.
And what is it about tennis that you like so much? The competition? Are you do it for the fun, or what do you do with tennis?
I'd say both. Both? Probably competition, definitely. Love the feeling of winning. So.
Okay, so you love the feeling of winning. So each match you go into, what's your game plan on each match?
Just go for the ball. Just do the best I can always. So. Win some, lose some, but always just trying my best. So.
Okay, so what's your preparation before each match? What routine do you go through?
Well, I do a bunch of stuff, stretching, and I talk over game plans with my dad and stuff like that. So he's always been good with that stuff.
Is your father? I'm going to take your mic really quickly.
Yeah.
So is your father your coach as well?
When I was young, but now I got a different coach now, but he still helps me out a bunch.
So when you were practicing and you're out on the court, and you mentioned that you're homeschooled, so is there a lot that you feel that you miss out on because of your tennis?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I started doing homeschooling last year, 10th grade, so.
Okay.
But I still get that same experience with social life and all that. But it's definitely helped me a lot. Improving my tennis game and
Absolutely.
all that, traveling the world and everything is pretty cool.
Absolutely. I think that it's an incredible thing. That it's incredible that you all continue your education. I think it's so important. I think it's fantastic that you're out there competing. At what age did you realize that that's what you wanted to do? That you wanted to dive into tennis?
I'd say probably around 7 or 8. When I started playing tournaments, I really just loved it, right off the bat. So, I played other sports, but that really pushed ahead,
Well, it's hard. You dedicate so much. So much of your life is all tennis, so it's hard to really balance. And it's wonderful that you have friends that support it. And you also, I'm assuming that here at Christopher Morley, where you train, you become a tight group with these other young adults.
Exactly, yeah.
Which is nice, and you travel together.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think I was reading, so you were in a tournament. Do you and Spencer? Is that it? So are you two, do you play together at all, or do you compete against each other?
Well, a little both. We play some doubles together, which is cool. So I've known Spencer forever.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So it's Spencer
Since I was about
Brackman,
2,
right?
Yeah,
so you guys have grown up together. So
Yeah.
what made you decide? Because some people feel that singles, when you go from a singles player into a doubles game, it's not, it's a hard transition. What made you decide to go play doubles, to get involved with doubles?
Oh, well, it's just, it's a thing at every tournament. I just, it's fun, definitely. I mean, they're very different from singles. Where
Absolutely.
Not as much pressure on yourself, so
It's fun.
good to,
I think that's the key word, like you said. It's fun.
Exactly. Yep.
That's nice. Steve, question? You
No,
good?
it's amazing. I'm just listening to the poise and the determination you have, not just for school but also for tennis. Where do you see yourself in 5, 10 years from now?
Definitely. I'd say right now I'm looking at a lot of colleges. I'm trying to go to a really good university, and I really want to play pro tennis. So that's my big goal.
Tennis is fantastic. USTA, they're all just support the programs. It's amazing what they do on and off the court.
Right.
These athletes. I have to say that. Is there a story or anything that you want to share? Did you ever meet Djokovic?
Actually, no.
No, not yet. Okay, you will, I'm sure.
Hopefully.
Is there a story that you have that you want to share with everybody that maybe you met a player and it helped you in your game, or something they said?
Like a pro tennis player.
Yeah,
anyone?
something that
just someone that inspired me, I guess.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, I did actually meet Federer one time when I was younger. And that was a pretty cool experience. I didn't really talk to him too much, just a little bit. I heard him talk, and I think it's just really, it kind of actually did push me a little bit.
It touches you,
better, yeah.
It touches you inside, and I think it just gets you so motivated, and you really, that passion, which is something you don't learn.
Yeah.
Passion is something you're born with, I truly believe. So
Definitely.
admire you. I wish you all the best, and we're going to get you to sign a ball, because
Yes,
we
can
know
you
it's
sign
going to
a
be
ball
worth
for
something.
us? And here we go. Here's one.
We're going to get I'm sure you've given autographs before.
A few times.
It's amazing. You're an amazing young man. I'm sure
We're going to get your autograph, because we truly believe in these youths.
And I
The
like the
youth coming
fact
out
that
of,
you're
Christopher
looking at
Morley.
college. You're looking for education, too. That's the most important thing. And with the combination with your tennis skills, you can go really far, buddy. And you're tall, just like our guest,
John Isner.
John Isner here. And that gives you an advantage. You have a good backhand or forehand? What's your best shot?
I'd say my forehand is a lot bigger, but my backhand's more steady, so it's kind of evens out. But definitely I got that serve with the height. So
And when you compete against somebody, do you make adjustments during the match? And how do you kind of calculate what your next move is when you're on the court?
definitely before I play my match, I'm looking at who I'm playing. You know, I'm doing a scouting report, everything, seeing where they're serving. You know, what their strengths and weaknesses are is always important. So
That's it. You have to read the player. You know, you have to read into their weaknesses, and it is truly hard. You know, to keep that and adjust your game. It's really is a talent. So we wish you all the best. We really do. And hopefully, where can anyone reach you? Do you have a website? Do you have
Website? No.
social media?
I got social media. Yeah.
Okay, where can people reach you on social media?
It's just on Instagram, Cannon Kingsley.
Okay,
Instagram.
pretty simple.
Cannon Kinsley, 16 years old. You're going to go far, my young man there. Great job. Great job.
Wish you the best. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Welcome back to Double Vision. We are here at Christopher Morley Tennis in Roslyn, New York, and we are at the meet and greet with John Isner, and USTA is doing their Next Generation program for youth and bringing tennis back into the community. And we have the wonderful guest here, Rachel Arbitman from Hewlett, and she is a junior tennis pro, I would have to say.
Thank you.
And she's quite the thing. So we want to first of all thank you for being with us at Double Vision, and we want everyone to tell everyone about you and your tennis and your career.
Okay, well, I started playing once a week when I was 4 years old, kind of progressed from there. And then I started playing 4 times a week when I was 10, when I got into USTA player development. And then I've came to Morley 2 years ago, and it's just progressed from there. Yeah.
So listening to you actually started a little later. You said, you know, when you were 10, and so did you go through the level of the balls, or did you go right into, did you have to go through the whole pyramid? And we went through this all before, of the whole program with the balls, because you came in at, like after 10 years old, so you kind of, you know, after speaking with some of the children, that's kind of later on in life, but you progress so quickly. What is your what is it about tennis that you love? What drives you?
I just love competing, just the love of the game, and just everything's always a competition. I just love it. I love to be out there.
I couldn't agree with you more. I'm a tennis player myself. I love it. I love I love being on the court alone.
Yeah, me too.
So getting to your last competition, where was that and how did you do?
That was in Minnesota. It was a Super National Indoors, and I got 4th place.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I believe I was reading about Rachel. Is it true that you qualified the wild card? Was it at the French Open?
So I played a tournament to get into the French Open. It was a really great tournament. Red clay. Everything was really nice. So yeah, I did play that tournament.
You played that tournament, and that was a wild card to qualify for the French.
Yes.
How did you do in the tournament?
I lost first round, but that's okay.
That's okay, because that's pretty. That's pretty incredible in its own to even get a wild card and to even progress like that. What experience, or what did you take away from that experience that has helped you move? Progress in tennis?
Well, for me, we played my match was on center court, and so a lot of people were watching me. So, I mean, it was like, I just had to deal with the pressure and stuff that was on me. I think I handled it really well, and now hopefully I get to do that again, then I'll come back stronger.
There's something to be said about learning and experience, and when you watch these big matches, they always say the experience is going to help them in the end. That's wonderful. What is your, right now, who is your coach? And I know you're coaching at Christopher Morley, but who is your coach, and how many days do you work out and coach?
Matt Barry. I hit with Matt Barry here.
Okay.
And we usually hit three times a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's hard to work in your tennis schedule, your education. What do your friends say about your tennis?
My school friends, they're always complaining because I never get to hang out with them because I'm always at tennis practice. My tennis friends, they're fine with it because I'm always with them.
Right.
So,
That's right. And and you have the weekends to do all that. So talk a little bit about your education and how you're doing in school.
Well, I'm a very good student. I care a lot about my grades. It's something my parents really force me, but I also if I would get a bad grade on my test, I would be sad about it. Not only my parents. Yeah.
So it's important. So your
Yeah,
education,
very important to
your
me.
tennis, it all balances each other
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
It's all equal.
Yeah.
What is getting back to tennis? Who inspires you? What tennis player really motivates you?
I would have to say Victoria Azarenka. Yeah, I love her.
Yeah, she's a great player.
She's a fighter.
Do you like the old school, the Steffi Graf, the Monica Seles? Are they part of your repertoire? No.
No, not really. I think new school. I like new school.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. What are your thoughts about Sharapova?
No, also one of my favorite tennis players.
What are your thoughts about her coming back in and how they welcomed her with what kind of happened with her in the past?
I think that they did everything right. She played Arthur Ashe. I know she had a lot of problems with that because people were saying how she shouldn't be playing on Arthur Ashe all those night matches, but I think that was the right thing to do.
I agree with
Yeah.
you. I absolutely agree with you. She did her time. She's back.
Yeah.
She's did everything they wanted her to do, and I think
Yeah.
she came back stronger than
Yeah,
ever.
I think so too.
What are your thoughts about the U.S. Open? Is it one of your favorite tournaments?
One of my favorite tournaments. I look forward to it every year.
I agree
I'm
with
counting
you.
down.
I agree with you. So,
Yeah.
have you ever been to Wimbledon?
I have not.
Is that something that you?
That I wish to do, yes.
I think I foresee that in the future for
Thank you. Thank you.
I think it's great. Steve, any?
Yeah, I'm playing on the varsity team. You're on varsity at 15 years old.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you to be on the varsity team and your teammates? How is that going for you?
Well, it means a lot to me that I can provide for my school and help everyone out and stuff. So I really love it. It's just a great experience.
So when you compete against different schools, are you very competitive, or what's your passion on the court?
I'm not as competitive for my match as I am for my team's match. Because
Okay.
for me, if I finish my match, I guess, quickly, and then I go on to support my team, and I just love it.
And how's the team doing this year?
We won our conference, and now we're moving up to Conference 1.
Oh, nice,
Yeah, very nice.
So to be 15 years old on the varsity, that really says a lot about you. But I
Yeah.
heard you talking to Darlene earlier about your grades really come first,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
really important. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
College.
Okay, college. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's good. So you have education is first
Yeah,
on your list, and
definitely.
tennis is probably right there.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself playing professionally down the road?
If I get there, that'll be great. My mindset is just go with the flow.
Okay.
Just
Great at it.
whatever happens, happens.
That's great, and
Yeah.
you give it all on the court. So you're competitive.
Thank you.
Do you like
Yeah.
singles or doubles competition?
Doubles, definitely.
Doubles. Okay,
Yes.
why doubles?
I don't like being there alone.
Okay.
I just like someone there, talk to them, communicate, and then just have fun.
Okay. If there are young ladies out there, young boys that want to play tennis, or what would you advise them? Because you started at an early age.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm sure you have the support of your parents.
Yeah, for
Some
sure.
kids might not have that support, but they want to play tennis. What would you tell them?
Well, I advise them just keep playing. Even if you're losing, it doesn't matter. If you still love it, just keep on going. And it's just really great sport, so I mean, everyone should play.
And how often do you practice each day?
I play minimum 3.5 hours of tennis and then an hour of fitness.
Okay, so
Yeah.
hour of fitness too. What's
Yeah.
your regimen in fitness so people know what you go through each day?
Every day's a different day. Some day we'll have some legs, like leg day. Some day upper body, core, running, sprint drills, anything really, just every day.
Okay.
Something different.
And how do your teachers and your coaches back at Hewlett High School, how do they respond to you and the support that you get from them?
It depends. Some teachers are more lenient. They know that I'm going to all these tournaments. They're okay with me missing school. They send me all the work. Some teachers, they don't understand
Right.
as much as others. But my tennis coach, she's the best. She supports me always. I'm always there talking to her. Anytime I need anything, she's always there for
Give a
me.
shout out to your tennis coach.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Abby Samlin.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Abby.
Attitude,
Yeah.
You gotta say hi to your coach here because she's gonna watch it next week, so that's a good thing. But when you go to the U.S. Open, how exciting is that for you to walk in for the first time year after year?
It's the best feeling, and I'm hanging out with my friends, watching all the matches. It's amazing.
Do you go to Arthur Ashe Day too before the matches?
Well, actually, I participated in Arthur Ashe Day
Okay.
when I was 10 years old.
Okay, and how'd
Yeah.
you do?
I played against Novak Djokovic.
Wow, you
At
did.
Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Okay, so oh, do not. So I was gonna say who won, but how'd you do?
Well, I won 2 points.
You did.
Yeah.
Wow. So we got to get your autograph before you leave. So that
Okay.
must have been exciting. You got a lot of
Very-
pictures and videos.
yeah,
Oh, you
very
got to send them to
exciting.
Double Vision. We got to see that. That must have been.
Very.
That must have really at 10 years old motivated you to go further in tennis,
Yes,
right?
of course, yeah.
Because not everybody can do that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a very
That's
special
great. And not
experience,
everybody
yeah.
could say that you went and got 2 points too.
Yeah.
I would have been taking pictures and videotape
it was-
and pausing
yeah,
and
it was great.
selfies and all that. That's awesome. That is
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank
So
you.
Your tennis career, you're only 15. You're in varsity. Your team is doing well.
Very well.
Do you have a lot of seniors or juniors on the team now?
Actually, no, we don't. We only have 2 seniors leaving. One was on exhibition, so we have a really strong team for next year.
Okay, so they're young, just
Yeah.
like yourself,
Yeah.
and eager to win again next
Yes.
year, right?
Hopefully, yes.
All right, that is amazing. And Rachel Arbitman, 15 years old, from Hewlett.
Yeah,
Thank
before
you.
we end, I just want to know how your family and how supportive and how important it is to have them supporting you.
It's very important to me. Like they're just always there for me, and I love them so much for it. They're always there. Even if I lose, they're still right there.
Well, and that's how it should be. Losing is a part of winning.
Yeah.
And it changes. It makes you. It helps you. They always say a winner is a good loser.
Yes.
And so.
losing more helpful to you? You can learn from this.
Yes, I always
Sometimes when you win, you don't really look at the mistakes you made when you won, because we all make mistakes, but losing kind of focuses you in on your whole game.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, it does. If I have a bad loss or somewhere, I just focus more and try to win the next one.
That's right. And what's your favorite shot? What's your best shot on the court?
My backhand.
Your backhand. All right. So that's the secret weapon out there. If you're watching, watch out for Rachel's backhand,
Yeah.
when you're on the court.
Social media also
Yes,
for people.
yes,
Where can people
I do.
follow you?
Instagram,
Rachel Arbitman.
Rachel Arbitman.
There you
Yep.
go. Okay.
All right. Well, we're going to see you down the road, either in college or on a tennis court,
Yes,
and we'll
hopefully.
get your signatures so we don't.
go.
Because when you get famous, we're going to come
Okay.
track you down
gonna
here.
hold
Okay.
this.
Okay.
Rachel's going to
And,
sign this.
And I just an inspiration. These young.
All the young people have come on. Their education is first. They're all doing well in school, but they're all
Absolutely.
actually, obviously, doing well on the tennis court too. So, Rachel, thank you so very
Thank
much
you
for
so
joining
much.
us.
Thank you. Okay. You're welcome, Rachel.
We're back here at Double Vision at Christopher Morley Tennis Center, which is located 500 Searingtown Road in Roslyn, New York, 11576. You can contact them at 516-214-1900 or www.cmttennis.com. And next to us we have Steven Nazaroff, 16 from Brooklyn. You're from
Yeah.
Brooklyn, buddy, so that's good. And you started first playing tennis. How old were you?
4.5.
And how did you start? Like you're 4.5 years old, not 4.5 years old.
Yeah.
How did you start playing tennis? Did somebody push you on the court, or you just, gravitated to a tennis court? How did that happen?
Well, someone told my parents about tennis, and I came to the facility in Brooklyn, and I just started playing.
So how was it at first for you? What did you first learn to do at 4 years old? Because at 4 years old, I don't even think I was walking. But
Yeah.
at 4 years, you're playing tennis. So
Yeah.
what was your first thing? Do you remember?
Well, I remember just trying to hit the ball as hard as I can, get it over the net,
Okay.
maybe hit the ceiling a couple times.
I still do that. I try to do as best as I can, but hit the ceiling or left or right. But you progress over the years, and talk about that progression. Where are you now with tennis? How often do you practice? How often do you compete? Is it recreational for you, or are you very competitive?
I'm competitive. I train Monday, Friday, 3 hours every day, and an hour in fitness except Friday. I play tournaments almost every week. A lot of traveling, national tournaments, Eastern tournaments. It's fun.
It's fun. So it's fun.
That's a key word.
What's
It's fun.
It's fun, right? It is
Stephen, that
fun.
is really important.
So, but how do you build yourself up for a match and your regimen? What's your routine that you have to kind of get yourself geared up for?
Well, the night before, I try to get a good night's sleep, try to have a good breakfast, stretch, get loose, try to hit maybe an hour before,
Okay.
dynamic warm-up, get my legs moving, that's basically it.
So you have a set routine. Now you're 16 years old,
Yeah.
so you must have to make decisions because you're young enough. You may have friends and you're kind of hanging out and doing things. What keeps you from staying focused on the tennis court? How
Well-
important is that for you?
Well, it's very important to stay focused on the court, have mindset that you're going to work hard every day, try your best. I mean, you don't want to tank in practice. You want to give it your all, like maximize your potential and try your best.
So you're practicing about 3 hours a day, right?
Yes.
5 days a week. So that's really dedication.
Yeah.
Are the practices hard? And do you like singles or doubles?
I like both, singles and doubles. I might maybe like doubles a little more. I like playing at net. I have a good serve.
Okay.
My forehand's good.
You like to serve and volley?
Yeah, I
do?
occasionally do that, yeah. Yeah, it's very important to play both. It helps your singles game coming to net. I'm an aggressive player, so that's very important for me.
All right. So tell us about professionally. What tennis players do you look up to?
I like Roger. I like the big four, actually.
And who are the big four?
Nadal, Murray, Djokovic, and Roger.
Okay.
It's amazing what they've been doing the last
For so long, right?
like decade, 2 decades.
Right. If it's so long. So what is it about Federer that appeals to you?
I don't know. I just like him. I don't know. Like everyone just likes him. I don't know.
Right.
He's the likable.
He's like automatic too,
Everyone
like
likes him.
automatic.
Besides his tennis, he's a great.
But personality-wise, you don't see his emotions too much on the court.
No.
Like Nadal, you see his emotion, right?
Yeah.
You know, so when you're in the court, do you see your emotion out there?
Well, sometimes I show it. I try not to, because it just shows your opponent that you're worried.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we go back to the game 90% mental. So
Yeah.
you're thinking that if I show emotion, it shows your opponent something else that you don't want to give into that.
Well, sometimes you have to scream, get it out.
Right.
Yeah.
So you.
Go ahead.
No, so your forehand, your serve. Now I always see tennis players; they really give it their all their first serve, and if it hits the net or fault, then you kind of lay back a little bit to get it, that you need to get it into. Do you give it your all in your first shot? Or...
Well, I try to, but like if it gets too bad, I might kick it in. My second serve isn't that bad.
Okay.
If my first serve percentage is high, like I don't usually lose the match.
Okay.
So I have to try and keep it up there.
Okay.
And if my forehand is hitting, that's the winning formula.
Okay. All right. So you're conscious of that. Your coaches are teaching you that serve is very important,
Yeah.
and aces, and that really dictates the match sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hard too, and I don't know if you feel the same way. We're almost programmed to win our service game,
Yeah.
and if you don't win your service game, it just mentally gets in. But you have to just go past it. So I'm going to give you a trivia question. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Who was the only tennis player to win the U.S. Open on 3 different surfaces, grass and clay at Forest Hills and hard court in Flushing Meadows? Old school.
I honestly don't know.
It's a man. I think he was the oldest semifinalist. Does that help you?
Jimmy Connors?
Yeah, that's it. Jimmy Connors. That's a hard one. Let's go with, all right, I'm going to go, I know you're going to know this because here. Who won the longest match 5 years ago in tennis history in Wimbledon?
John Isner.
Do you know the score?
It was 70-68 in the 5th set.
That's right. Do you know the duration?
I don't know, it was like 4 days, 3 days.
You got it. It was 3 days.
Match that you played in.
Longest match,
Yeah.
maybe 3.5 hours, 4.
How is that? Is that draining after it's over?
Yeah, mentally and physically. You want to get a good stretch because the next day you're probably going to be sore. Like your legs are going to be tired, shot.
Right.
It's hard to come back. You have to be physically fit.
Okay. So to end this little interview here, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, I think I'm going to be in college. Maybe if I'm good enough, maybe I can turn professionally, but hopefully hopefully that happens. Mostly college, I think.
Okay, so that's good. College came first, and you have that tennis like right there with
Yeah.
college. That combination could be really beneficial for you if you do well in school and you keep doing what you're doing on the tennis court. Who knows? We might be coming to see you at the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Well, Steven Nazaroff, thank you so very much. 16 years old, a Brooklyn boy.
Now we're going to get Steven to sign our ball.
That's right. Let's go.
Sharpie,
Okay, there we go.
Thank you.
This is our future in tennis.
There we go.
This is it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
take that from you. This is our future. This is great.
There we go.
Welcome back to Double Vision. We are here at Christopher Mawley Tennis in Roslyn, New York, and we are at the Meet John Isner event, and it's hosted by Christopher Mawley Tennis and Net Generation. USTA is in here, and I am sitting with Mara Mazza, the manager PR for USTA Eastern, and thank you.
I'm happy to be here.
Again.
Yes.
Thank you for being here with us, and thank you for this incredible event. Before we talk about that event, we're going to just go to USTA. So congratulations on launching Net Generation. This is a new program, and it's to inspire young players. And I'd like to tell
Yes.
everybody about this.
So basically, you know, tennis has always had this image of being a country club sport, you know, wearing all whites, and we're trying to change that and make it more accessible, more inclusive for children so that they can try tennis more.
I think I'm a tennis player myself, so I love what USTA does with the tennis programs. I love what they do with the youth program, the adult programs, the competition. You are just always changing things. Also with the youth tennis progression, that was something that came out, and that is very new for people that don't know. It's different levels before the age of 10 with the balls, and that is, it's just lovely because it inspires kids to get longer rallies. And
That's exactly it.
It's
Actually, my
great.
son had played through the progression, and his ability, exactly that, the ability to keep a ball in play is just, it's different. You can tell the difference between the players who've gone through the progression and
you
who
can,
haven't.
you can see how they play, and it really matures them. So what I want to also go back to, going back to Net Generation, what is the concept? I know it's to connect with local programs. So how are you connecting with the tennis in the community with Net Generation?
Yeah, so basically, we have netgeneration.com, and it is just a one-stop shop. So if you are interested in trying to play tennis, that should be your first stop to go. It's central. It has a central location for all the different providers of different tennis pros. Each tennis pro is screened and for safety.
I read about that. So I read about
everyone's background checked.
Right.
So parents can feel at ease that they're going to be working with a professional who's been vetted.
And it's really to help people find coaches, to find facilities in a safe environment, in a safe way.
Yes.
And I think I remember reading about James Blake, and he had said something about, you know, it's very hard to give your child to a coach that you don't know about or that you don't have the background, and that's what USTA is doing in Net Generation.
Yeah, and it's really important because so much about tennis, it's an individual sport.
Okay.
You spend a lot of time one-on-one or maybe two-on-one with an instructor, so it is important that you know.
It's absolutely important. I want to, you know, going back to the program, I know, or I truly believe that you're offering at schools, and you mentioned tennis clubs and parks, and how are they embracing it?
Well, it's amazing. In fact, one of the things that we've done recently is we've been partnering with public schools. Like, for instance, we were just at Glen Cove.
Okay.
The elementary school district there, and they held a great workshop with all the phys ed teachers and the health teachers and taught them how easy it is using, because all the equipment is sized right and there's smaller nets and the balls, you know, they don't bounce as high. It is so easy to get a rally. It's just so easy to get success.
Well, I love the fact that the USTA is in elementary schools. I know that you have the programs in elementary schools. We didn't have it in our program, and I remember talking to Jenny Schnitzer, and I want to say Gustavo. Does that sound
Gustavo,
right?
yeah.
Okay. And they came out, and they came to the Jericho school system, and they were able to implement that into our elementary school for my son. So the fact that you are always, USTA is always willing to be there and to be accessible for these schools and to continue the programs in youth. And I think it's wonderful what you're doing for tennis. And I think it's right. It's all about getting tennis back into the community.
Yeah, and one of the things, if you talk to anyone who plays the sport, it is you learn so much about just life in general and about yourself just through playing. You learn how to win humbly. You learn how to lose gracefully. You learn to respect your opponent, and all these things. These will carry over into your life, and it's just a great platform just to learn how to be a good person.
I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with the competition on and off the court. So for people out there that want to learn more or want to reach out or get their child involved, where can they go to? I know it's netgeneration.com, but where else can they go to find more information?
Yeah, I mean, USTA.com is great, and you can find providers that way and local programming. If you're an adult, it's USTA.com. We have USTA leagues. We have programming that's for, a younger set of adults, sets in the city. We have everything. We have 55 and over leagues. We have 65 and over leagues.
I think it's great. So I'm a part of the USTA community, and I always admire and respect what the USTA continues to do for tennis, for youth, on and off the courts, and in the community. So I can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
We wish you all the best, and the event was just great. So thank you again for being on Double Vision.
Thank you.
Okay. Welcome back to Double Vision. We are here at Christopher Mawley Tennis in Roslyn, New York. I am sitting next to Seema Imberman, and Seema is what is your exact title here at Christopher Mawley?
Managing Director of Tennis Programs at Christopher Mawley Tennis.
Love it. So we are here, and Seema just did a fantastic job with the meet and greet with John Isner and Net Generation and USTA, and we want to hear all about Christopher Mawley Tennis and your facility.
Oh yeah, Christopher Mawley Tennis is a fairly new tennis facility on Long Island. We've been around about 4 years now, and it was initiative by the owner to really create a state-of-the-art facility on Long Island, and that's what we've done. I mean, it's just in terms of like the lighting and the location, conveniently located just north of the LIE.
It sure is.
It's been great the last 4 years, and we're excited about having the tennis programs that we have. We have really great nationally ranked players that play here. We have over 25 USTA teams, and we're working very closely with the USTA and the New York Open really to bring tennis back to Long Island, to the heyday of tennis in Long Island. There's been, a lapse in terms of kids going to other sports over the last couple of years. And we really want to work with the USTA and other tennis organizations to get kids back into tennis.
I think it's not only is it a spectacular facility, and how many courts do you have?
We have 10 courts here.
10 courts. It is, I don't know if you can see out there, but the courts are beautiful, and the facility is beautiful, and they're great courts to play on. I play here all the time, and I love it, and I love what you're doing with the youth and with your programs. I love that it is convenient, and I love that it's great with Net Generation coming in and working with your children. But I want to focus a little bit on your programs. You have a lot of young phenomenons coming out of here.
We do.
They are these players they're homeschooled here.
Yeah.
Which you really you embrace that. So going to your coaches, let's talk a little bit about your coaches and your staff.
Sure. We have a renowned staff here from coaches who work with developmental players to coaches who work with high-performance players. We have Alex Bogamola, who's ranked 33rd at one time ATP in the world.
Now, is Alex the one that is running the
he
programs?
He runs the high-performance program.
Wonderful.
And we have over 20 coaches who teach kids at all levels, from red ball to green ball to yellow ball to high performance.
So if someone wanted to get their children involved, what is the best thing for them to do? To come down and how would they make those steps to move forward with getting their children involved?
Yeah, we encourage people to come down. We always evaluate kids, so we really strive to create the right kind of group for kids. So we do evaluations on kids, just brief evaluations, and then we place them in the right groups.
I think it's great, and I think the groups are so important too because financially, you get so much for the money,
Right.
and and you're meeting other children, and private lessons are fantastic as well. But you have everything here, and that's what everyone looks for as a parent. I know, and you have a little gym for, I guess, agility. So talk a little bit about your strengthening and your agility programs.
Yes, so we believe that fitness is an important part of the tennis program, and we have a dedicated gym with certified trainers that spend a lot of time with these kids building up their endurance.
I think that's people don't realize that that has so much to do with tennis and mentally and physically. Tell everybody a little bit about your relationship with USTA.
We have a great relationship with the USTA. I mean, personally, I work really hard with the USTA, and we really believe in their programs. And we, over the last couple of years, as I mentioned, we do have over close to 25 USTA teams that play out of here, whether it's women's teams, men's teams, mixed doubles. And just this past year, we have our first junior team tennis team.
Wonderful.
Really
and you have, I think you have do you have a tournament coming up?
We do have just a match. We have local matches now with
Wonderful.
junior team tennis. And that's really exciting because we're one of the, few clubs that have a full roster of kids really looking to play and wanting to play in a team. And I think, people think of tennis as an individualized sport, but it really doesn't have to be.
Right.
With the junior team tennis, we're able to offer these kids the ability to work in a team environment, which is great for them, and parents love it as well.
Absolutely. As a parent, we look for places like this. We look for our children to be safe, to learn, to be taken under a wing, under their wing, and for them to really be a product of such a wonderful facility. Right. So just wrapping up here, where can people, what's the best way for people to contact you or to get more information about Christopher Mawley Tennis?
Of course, they can always call us at our main number, which is 516-214-1900, or they can reach us at info@cmttennis.com.
Perfect. And any last words?
No, we're excited. I mean, I know you love tennis. I love it too.
You love tennis. We're going to see each other on the court.
We will see each other on the
She
court.
will probably beat me.
No, never. Darlene, she's a really good tennis player.
But we just want to thank you. We want to thank Christopher Mawley Tennis for allowing Double Vision to come in, for Net Generation to be a part of this, for your wonderful young players, for John Isner, we have the New York Open that you are promoting with them. So
Yes, we are.
thank you.
And thank you so much for coming.
Okay, bye now.